Hey guys, I'm Tracy with Just Dig It Farms. Today I'm talking to you about lavender, the queen of herbs. Plus I have a really special guest that is going to share with us today on how to grow lavender in the South. One of the big questions that we get all the time at Petals and that I have is, how do you grow lavender in the South? I was at work one day and Jason was sharing with a customer. There was a customer asking him, how do you grow lavender in the South? I've tried everything and I can't get it to grow. So Jason started sharing this story about a time when he met Madalene Hill and asked her that very question, and she gave him some awesome advice on how to grow lavender in the South. And I got Jason the other day to take a few minutes and share with us his conversation with Miss Madalene Hill.
Hey, good morning. My name is Jason Powell, and I'm the owner of Petals from the Past. And I'm here this morning with my favorite person to work with, Tracy Britnell from Just Dig It Farms. Hey, Tracy.
Hey.
We want to talk about lavender this morning, for sure. And one of the things I had shared with Tracy a while back was, back in 2004, I had an opportunity to go speak in Texas at an Oktoberfest herb gardening program. And I had the opportunity not only to talk about what we were growing in central Alabama, but there was a dinner that night. And I saw Madalene Hill, who many of you may know if you're interested in herbs at all, that she was quite the pioneer of herb gardening in the South. And she was able to prove that you could grow lavender among many other herbs in South Texas. And for anybody to be able to do that, that's somebody that you want to get to know. So I noticed she had an open space next to her for dinner that night, and I raced over there and beat everybody to it. And I said, Miss Hill, I said, would you please help me to know how to grow lavender? I feel so guilty because of the amount of lavender I have killed trying to just have success. And she said, Jason, she said, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you need to know to be successful with lavender, and then you'll grow it from now on. And I listened, dropped everything that I was holding, and paid close attention. And she said, first of all, you're growing the wrong type of lavender. Too often we are offered English types of lavenders only. This is Lavender angustifolia. There are varieties of it like Munstead, and this is Hidcote, for example. And while it's a beautiful lavender in a container, it cannot handle our heavy clay soils, the moisture that we get here when we have 55 inches of annual rainfall. And that combination just tends to wipe out English lavender. So she said, take that off of your list. She said, you need to be growing either Spanish lavender, like we're looking at here, Lavandula stoicus, which this is a variety called Otto von Quasti, but it has a shorter bloom, 2 bunny ears right on the top, but it's a wonderful variety of lavender that happens to bloom twice. Or, she said, you can also grow the lavender intermediate crosses. This is a wonderful cross called Provence. There's another one called Grosso, and these are just interspecific crosses between English lavender and other forms of lavender that actually can handle the heat. They can handle humidity. And these are the ones that she said you're going to have success with if you grow them. Get rid of the English lavender, grow Spanish or some of the intermediate crosses. Now we've got more opportunity. We have varieties like Phenomenal that are out now that are very, very good in our garden. And she said the second thing, she said, think about the pH of your soil. The pH of our soil typically is 5.3 to 5.5, so that's very acidic. Lavender really prefers a neutral type of soil or slightly more alkaline. And so the second thing you got to do is you got to make sure to add lime. Bring the pH of that soil up. And then she asked me, she said, Jason, tell me about that clay soil you're growing in. She knew about Alabama soil. And I said, that is red clay. And she said, well, think about when you dig a hole and you fill it with water. Think about how long it takes it to drain. She reminded me, lavenders have to have good drainage. And so she said, when you're digging a hole, you're preparing it, not only are you going to incorporate lime to raise the pH a little bit, but she said you got to put compost in there or something to loosen that soil so that that water will have somewhere to drain and grow away from. Where she's gardening, and she's gardened when she started her nursery in Cleveland, Texas, she was gardening on rocky ground. And where you think about where lavender performs the best, out in the northwest, where they have less rainfall and rocky, craggy types of soil, it does extremely well there. And so since then, after Mrs. Hill's advice, we have shifted over and we're having great success with Spanish lavenders and intermediate crosses. We're very careful to incorporate compost and lime into our soil so that it will drain. And I had the opportunity to have a dinner with a phenomenal woman who I miss greatly. She passed away in 2009. If you come across a book called Southern Herb Growing, that she wrote with her daughter, Gwen Barclay. You snatch it up and hold on to it and don't let it go. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Jason. If you're interested in knowing more about lavender, go check out my video, Sunday Afternoon in the Garden, featuring lavender. I talked to you all about the history of lavender, some biblical history of lavender, the essential oil and how I use it. I show you how to make a yummy lavender honey salad dressing that is so good, and how to make lavender lemonade. And it's a long video, but there's a lot of great information about lavender, the queen of herbs, if you want to go check that out. I started a video series called Sunday Afternoons in the Garden featuring a specific plant. So far we've talked about elderflowers, borage, calendula, lavender, and echinacea. And it's just a really neat series where we take a look at the plant, how to grow it, the history of it, the uses of it medicinally and culinary, talk a little bit about it, the essential oil of it, recipes, do a little garden journaling on the plant. It's just a really fun afternoon together. If you're interested in watching that series, I'll put the playlist up in the link here so that you can find it easily. Thank you guys so much for watching our channel and joining us. Gina and I are just loving our little community of friends that we've developed through this YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please go subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified when we put up new videos and so that you can become a part of this community. If you know somebody, friends or family who you think might be interested in this kind of channel and this kind of topic about gardening and farming and flowers and plants and herbs and nature, we would be most grateful if you would share our videos with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next video.